out the documentation, but physically we'll hand over everything that we have to the Center for More Action. In the interest of national security and effective investigation of these cases, I want to hand over symbolically these rifles.
No bullets inside now. Devil can't put bullets inside.
This one. But they are joking. They are saying. I said, that man don't use gun. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. I'm coming to you.
Hey, watch your hand, watch your hand. This morning, we are here to provide answers to questions agitating the minds of Nigerians each time we make remarkable seizures. The questions often asked is, what happens to these seizures and what happens to those that have been identified to be associated with the seizure? The service has reinforced its core mandate of protecting our national borders through targeted anti-smuggling operations and precise intelligence-driven interventions. Our track record intercepting illegal arms and ammunition underscores our frontline role in the maintenance of national security. The handover ceremony that we are about to witness exemplifies our active collaboration with stakeholders in ridding our society of illicit weapons and strengthening public safety. Let us recall the event of May 2018, when the service intercepted a significant cache of arms, including that of 440 pump-action rifles and accessories ingeniously concealed within 516 bags of plaster of Paris cement in one 20-footer container with the number PONU 210024/1. And if you can just look across, you will see the container just behind here. This particular gray container. The seizure of this container coincided with heightened security challenges from armed bandits in Northwest and illegal arms proliferations in the Southeast, revealing the linkage between some transnational smuggling networks and our domestic security challenges. Through sustained intelligence operations, later in that year, we also intercepted 2 additional containers, CMAU 189817/8 and GESU 255208/1 at Tinkan Highland Port. And these containers also concealing arms and ammunition, amongst others. Therefore, today, we will be handing over a total of 1,599 assorted arms and 2,298 live cartridges recovered from these operations. But I'm going to talk to you first about this particular container that is here. Following this particular seizure, we deployed forensic capacities to conduct detailed electronic analysis of customs documentation and shipping records. Through established diplomatic channels, we partnered with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to engage the authorities in Turkey, leading to definitive identification of the purchasing company. The investigation trail, which was supported by financial records obtained through court orders in Nigeria, enabled us to establish the identities of those behind these illegal arms shipments. And through our strategic interagency cooperations, particularly with the assistance of the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation, we successfully prosecuted the case, and the suit number was FHC/L/339C/208 before the Federal High Court in Lagos. The defendants in the case were Great James Oil and Gas Limited, Ifeoluwa Moses Christ, and Emeka Gates were Great James Oil and Gas Limited, Ifeoluwa Moses Christ, and Emeka Yume Festus, also known as Amankwa. All of them were convicted on 8-count charges bordering on improper importation. The prosecution successes reinforces the service's zero-tolerance stance against armed trafficking, and it validates the effectiveness and of our judicial collaboration. The proven investigative and prosecutorial approach is currently being applied to recent seizures at the port of Onne, where ongoing investigations continue to yield significant progress within established legal frameworks. And regarding the other ones, those in the 2 other containers, prosecutions currently going on in the law courts. I can also tell you that we are making progress. And as we hand over these exhibits to the National Center today, we are also going to be handing over the prosecution of the case to the center. Our strategy, combining thorough investigation, decisive prosecution, and successful conviction, has proven effective in dismantling smuggling networks. Let me therefore be clear that we will spare no resource in hunting down, exposing, and prosecuting anyone who attempts to compromise our national security through arms trafficking. We stand ready to deploy our full arsenal of intelligence and enforcement capabilities to protect legitimate trade as we ensure Nigeria's security interests remain paramount. I want to salute the professionalism and courage of our officers who worked tirelessly, often in very challenging circumstances, to make these seizures. In addition to those that were made in the ports, some of these seizures were also made by federal operations units in some distant locations in the bushes around our border stations. I commend their effort. More importantly, I also want to commend the effort of the forensic unit of Nigeria Customs Service for their doggedness, for their determination, and high level of professionalism that was exhibited to follow through this particular case and secure conviction. To our partner agencies who have stood shoulder to shoulder with us in this fight, we want to acknowledge their support, and this support has been very instrumental to achieve what we are doing today. Together, we promise that we will continue to build formidable partnerships and create barriers against those who threaten our national security. Let me conclude on the note that the handover of these weapons to the center today symbolizes our commitment to proper disposal of seized arms and highlights our resolve to rid our nations of illegal weapons. We want to thank most sincerely the National Security Advisor that has availed us of the opportunity of working with the National Coordinator and his diligent team at the center, for diligent investigation and prosecution of those that are involved in this heinous crime. Once again, I thank you for your attention. Thank you.
I stand here to attest to the fact that there is a very healthy interagency collaboration, very healthy interagency synergy. And the National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons have enjoyed cooperation and understanding of all the 16 arms-bearing agencies of government. So therefore, we receive, as at when due, intercepted weapons from other agencies. I expected that this question will be raised. Why is it that the customs have been in the news? The customs have been in the news handing over illicit weapons to us. The mode of recovery, don't forget, the customs service is found at the airports, the seaports, and the land borders. And each time they make recovery, they don't make recovery in trickles. 1, 2, 3. You can see the figure. The figure here is frightening. And there is the need for us to showcase this, make this known to members of the public, particularly the criminal elements who are behind the importation of these deadly weapons, that there is no way, nowhere for them to hide. And of course, that our borders are no longer porous for them to use, to bring in these arms and ammunition. That is what you are witnessing today. We have recovered illicit weapons from the military, all arms of the military. We have received from the police. We have received from the civil defense. We have equally received before now from the customs obsolete stockpiles. The customs is not just handing over to us weapons that were intercepted at the borders. Even obsolete stockpiles have been handed over to the center in the past. So as per interagency cooperation and understanding, I want to say in very clear terms that without mixing words, we have a very healthy working relationship. As to what is to be done to the recovered weapons, surely the weapons will be treated in tandem with international conventions. We have the ECOWAS Convention, we have the AU Convention, we also have Nigeria is a signatory to the ECOWAS Convention. We will not do anything short of international best practice. I think I've been able to answer your question.